Isaiah Hartenstein has revealed his free agency plans as he told Michael A Scotto that he wants to stay with the New York Knicks as long as they match any contract that he could get in the offseason. And we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because Isaiah Hartenstein just told Michael A Scotto that he plans to stay with the New York Knicks as long as the money is the same between them and any other suitors, or obviously if the Knicks just pay more. So let's take a look at the exact quote. As he told Michael A Scotto, right now, I'm focused on the Knicks. I love it here, and hopefully we'll figure something out. And Scotto said, so if money is equal, you'd stay? And Hartenstein said, yeah. Now, that is massive ahead of the free agency period, because he openly admitted to saying that he wants to stay with the Knicks. Usually when guys get asked about free agency, they do some sort of pandering when they're like, well, you know, I love it here. It's not that I want to leave or anything, but I also haven't really thought too much into it. Right now, I'm focused on playing for this season and trying to win this season. And then once that happens, we'll figure it out then. But Hartenstein did not do that. He outright said that he wants to stay with the New York Knicks, that he wants to re-sign as long as the money's the same. And that maybe if it's not, he would leave, but he really wants to stay in New York. Now, this is obviously massive because Isaiah Hartenstein has broken out this season and revealed that he can be a starting center on an NBA Finals contending team. That is very clear. He works beautifully outside of the high post. His defense has become astronomically better than it was in the past. He's really just one of the best rim protectors in the NBA right now, while also being one of the best playmaking big men who has a nice touch around the rim. Isaiah Hartenstein is perfect for this New York Knicks team. But there's another center also in Mitchell Robinson, who is also having the best season of his career before he went down with the injury. Mitch has played in limited minutes since his return, and he's missed a few games after he was kind of hobbling on that ankle a week ago today, because it is Friday. And obviously against the Spurs, we saw Mitch deal with some ankle problems. But if we just take a look here, Hartenstein had one of the better games of his career, having 0 turnovers and 9 assists, his career high, while he also pulled down 7 rebounds, got 2 steals, something that he's also leading in an average per game. He's having the most steals per game of his career. Had a plus 19 plus minus for a game that was pretty close for the majority of it, outside of when the Kings were smacking the Knicks around, given the Knicks obviously won. And he also went 3 for 4 from the field. Hartenstein is balling out. We know this. And several executives who spoke to Hoops Hype believe that Hartenstein could command around $13 million per year in free agency, which is roughly the full non-taxpayer mid-level exception. And while he's averaging a career high in minutes at 25 per game, also averaging a career high in rebounds at 8.3 and steals at 1.1, and just had that 9 assists career high as we just talked about, Hartenstein did speak to them and basically told them, yeah, I want to stay with the Knicks. Hartenstein is broken out here, and I think when you break out on a specific team, it's hard to leave because you thought, hey, look, this team believed in me, and they were right. I knew I could be this, and they did too, and they gave me the money to prove it, and I absolutely proved it. I've broken out here. Why would I want to go somewhere else when I know my role with this team? I know I can succeed at high levels. I know this team can win with me, and I know I can win with this team. Why would I want to go anywhere else? It also happens to be New York City, the greatest city in the world, the place where everyone should want to play basketball. No one loves basketball like New Yorkers, especially Knicks fans. We are diehards, and we ride or die for our guys. You know for a fact that if Hartenstein walks down the street and a Knicks fan notices him, they're always dapping him up. They're high-fiving him. They're giving him fist bumps. They're like, yo, keep doing your thing. Keep cooking. Knicks fans love their players. I mean, even Julius Randle, who's had, like, a really weird relationship with Knicks fans because the whole thumbs down thing, because he wasn't always playing his best basketball, but for the most part has. I mean, 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. He's played the best basketball of his career with the Knicks. He's one of the all-time Knicks leading scorers, or he will be when everything's all said and done. He's truly one of the greatest Knicks to ever play. I'm not saying he's better than Carmelo or something like that. I'm just saying he's one of the greatest Knicks to ever play. He's a top 10 Knick of all time. You really can't argue that. He's had more success than Bernard King has in New York. Not saying he's better than Bernard. I'm just saying that is a fact. That Julius Randle has had more success in a New York Knicks uniform than Bernard King did. It's a fact. He's also spent more time here. That's what I'm saying. Julius is that good, but he's had a weird relationship with the fan base. However, Knicks fans he always says that Knicks fans are great to him in person. So clearly what we're seeing is a fan base that will rally behind their players. And if you're Hartenstein, you're thinking, all right, these guys love me. These fans love me. The team loves me. I'm playing the best basketball of my career. I get to live in New York City. How could things be better? Well, money talks. And if Hartenstein gets a bag from another team that the Knicks either cannot afford to pay or just decide to keep things with Mitchell Robinson because of financial reasons, then yeah, Hartenstein will walk and he'll deserve the money he gets and we'll always root for him and understand why he left. And that won't be a big deal outside of the fact that the Knicks will probably get worse because Isaiah Hartenstein is balling out. I love his fit with the Knicks. I think he fits better with the starting unit than Mitchell Robinson does, as great as Mitch is. I think Mitch arguably is still the better player than Hartenstein when they're both fully healthy, but Hartenstein is a better fit for this New York Knicks team. It makes me wonder what's going to happen with Mitchell Robinson, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this a full video and not just like part of a video, is because when you look at Mitchell Robinson, he's been an incredible player for the New York Knicks throughout his tenure here. He was the best player on the Knicks team when he was a rookie. The man was the one bright spot in an era of darkness. He was here before Leon Rose. The only other person to be on the team who was here before Leon Rose is Julius. And Mitch has been here, 6 seasons now? He's balled out. He's grown into one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's just an awesome dude. Everyone loves him. Mitch is amazing. But it might be the end of the road if the Knicks can't afford to keep both of them. I would love for them to figure out how, and that it kind of depends on some stuff. Yeah, you can make some salary cap work. I mean, Bojan Bogdanovic is going to be part of a trade that's going to send him out. That $20 million is going to be gone. They're going to have to bring someone in who's probably going to cost more than that. The Knicks might have to throw Jericho Sims $1.9 million in there also to make trades work, whatever that trade may be. But they are getting close to that second apron. You want to avoid that second apron at all costs. I made a video on that in regards to Paul George. It's the most recent Paul George video we've made. We have like 3 of them. You just look up Knicks Digest Paul George if you want to see it. But, like, really, when we look at Isaiah Hartenstein and what he's done, it's hard to say that he doesn't deserve to stay around as the Knicks starting center. They played their best basketball of the season when Hartenstein was there, so you have to pay attention to this stuff. And I think the playoffs matter because Mitch can't shoot free throws, and Hartenstein can, and that matters because we don't have to take our starting center out for the final 5 minutes of the game. Like, I love Mitchell Robinson. He's one of my favorite players. He might be my favorite player on the Knicks, but if I'm being honest, that is a liability. Hartenstein does not have that problem. That is a massive difference when it comes to contending. You can't have a guy out there who's an 37% free throw shooter, a career 50% free throw shooter. Hartenstein's better than that, and you might have to side with Isaiah Hartenstein here for being realistic. And who knows, maybe there's a world where we could keep them both. I think that's the best case scenario is you platoon them both, depending on matchups, play the median average of 24 minutes per game for an entire season. It prevents Mitch from getting injuries. Hartenstein's got some Achilles problems that he's been working with, and I think it would be better for both of them. That'd be a sick arrangement, but that does kind of hamper what you can do. Getting Donovan Mitchell or Mikal Bridges would be more difficult. Getting anyone else who's a star who's getting paid star money would be more difficult. So you kind of have to finagle some things, and I'm kind of interested to see what happens with that, especially when you look at Hartenstein's stats this year. They're nice, dude. That is good starting numbers. I mean, shooting 63% from the field, I mean, that was Mitch's whole thing, and now Hartenstein shoots better than Mitch from the field. Averaging 7.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. Also shooting 72.7% from the line, which is awesome for a center, especially one who could play as great of defense as Hartenstein. I mean, remember that time he blocked the hell out of Rudy Gobert, which was fire. That was the first game of the OG era, I believe. And I don't want this to be some anti-Mitchell Robinson video because this is not what I'm saying. I think Mitchell Robinson can be the starting center on a championship team, including this Knicks championship team. But I do think Hartenstein's a better fit as the starter. I would love for them to be able to keep them both. I mean, if the Knicks end up paying Hartenstein around $12-13 million per year, they can make the finances work. I believe in Brock Aller to fix this cap situation. NBA University just posted something about how good the Knicks cap situation is, and obviously with OG hitting free agency, with Hartenstein hitting free agency, the Knicks are going to have some guys to pay. Both guys have shown no signs of wanting to leave the Knicks whatsoever, so they'll probably bring them both back. Hopefully they can get OG on some sort of a discount because of his injury problems, and hopefully they can get Hartenstein on enough of a we love you, you love us discount type deal. But we're going to have to see. We're not really going to know until free agency, and the playoffs do matter, so hopefully that'll be more telling on what happens. But guys, make sure to comment down below. I'm going to put a post up. Who would you rather be the Knicks starting center for the future? Mitchell Robinson or Hartenstein? It'll be a nice little poll. You guys could have fun with it. Comment on that. Comment on this video down below. Like it, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Because guys, I'll be honest, it's not really going to change your life that much if you subscribe. It's going to change my life for the better. It's not going to change yours. Yeah, you might see a Knicks Digest notification once. Well, guess what? You're getting a million notifications anyway because I see all those girls texting your phone. Dude, I see them. You're getting those numbers. So it doesn't matter. You're already getting enough notifications anyway. So who cares? Just do it anyway. Look, these guys are boys. Be boys with me. Subscribe to the channel. Donovan Mitchell, he's great. I don't even know why I put that up. I'm just having a fun time out here. Guys, comment of the day. LMAO, watching a YouTube video, seeing your Twitter mention, plus bro said my name right. Yeah, I did, Van Ginkel. I said your name right. Dude's a cap genius. Follow him on Twitter. Why? Because I'm just having a good time. Happy Friday. Have a good day, and go Knicks!